Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. We have a brand new throwback game review to share with you today. And today we're going to be looking at
Yakuza 1.
Yeah, Yakuza Kiwami, the remake of Yakuza 1. All the footage you're seeing was recorded on a PS4 Pro, and on top of that there will be spoilers ahead, so if you don't like spoilers, go ahead and look away. This game has been out for quite a while though, so I guess we'll jump straight into it. It's been a while since we reviewed a Yakuza game on the channel. We still have been playing a lot of them, more to share, but this was your first look at the original Yakuza story.
That's right.
Yeah, what did you think?
Pretty interesting story, and I like the screenwriter. They always put the big surprise truth at the end. You know, so just like, oh, that's how it happened.
Right.
Yeah,
I couldn't agree with you more. I think one of the main reasons I love the Yakuza games, they have great gameplay, but the writing is always really interesting and engaging.
Yeah.
They always kind of leave you these little cliffhangers, and I like how they're broken up into chapters. So it's almost like a good book, the stories. You know, you really kind of get hooked into them. And yeah, this game is no different. In this game you're introduced to Kiryu, and he's just kind of helping out. His good friend Nishiki kind of commits murder in the beginning of the game, and he takes the rap.
Yes, and also the whole story time is back to 1990s of Japan. So their clothes, hairstyle, the people on the street bring me back to 1990.
Yeah. No, definitely. It's really interesting in that sense, and it does kind of jump, between time, because you have Kiryu before he goes to jail taking the rap for his friend, and then you have Kiryu after he gets out of jail.
Yes.
And kind of starts to realize the whole story. It's kind of interesting. We reviewed Yakuza Like a Dragon on this channel, and I would say that game actually uses a lot of the story beats from Yakuza Kiwami, from the original Yakuza story. Kind of being put away in jail, and then ultimately kind of being outcast and working her way back in.
Yeah, and the fact after he out of from the jail and found out the girl Yumi, she's missing.
Yeah, Yumi, who worked in the bar, who he really liked. And I think that's another interesting thing. If you played the Yakuza games, Kiryu actually has a love interest in this game. I know he does in the second one as well, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
But it's pretty rare in the games for Kiryu to have a love interest, and a lot of what you're doing here is focused around Yumi. Why is she missing? All of the Yakuza kind of want a piece of Yumi. You learn that Yumi has a lot of money, and then you learn that Yumi actually had a daughter, and that little girl's name is Haruka.
Yeah, this is the first time we see her as a little girl.
Yeah. And Haruka, for those of you that don't know, it's really incredible playing the first Yakuza story, because Haruka is in Yakuza 1 all the way through Yakuza 6, and she grows up in age throughout the story. So, by Yakuza 6, she's a mom herself. But yeah, she's just a little girl here in the first story.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting.
I think you have very strong feeling because you already played the whole Yakuza games, right? So you grow up with her, like you are.
Yeah,
like
that's kind of
an
interesting.
adult who see her grow up, and you have very kind of game player relationship with her.
Yeah, Haruka I would say has always been like the rock or of the franchise. She's kind of kept everything level, and as we get through the other Yakuza games, we'll talk more about Haruka. But in this one, you really have like a scared, frightened young girl, kind of lost in the city looking for her mom.
Yeah.
And you really get to understand the soft side of Kiryu. And it's something that's explored a lot in some of the future games in the series. But you understand you're not just playing as some ruthless Yakuza. This is really a guy who, wants to take care of, kids. He's an orphan himself. But he does know how to fight. So I think that's a good segue to the gameplay. What do you think about the gameplay?
It's the similar like the Zero, Yakuza Zero, right? It's the fighting, and since you're already making very strong, so the fighting is kind of, I enjoyed it because he's strong. I don't need to, start from zero.
Yeah, so full disclosure, Yajing did play on her playthrough a New Game Plus save of mine. So yeah, Kiryu still has a little ways to level up, but he's pretty much leveled up all the way. And I do like that aspect of Yakuza Kiwami, as with the other Yakuza games. They all have these kind of RPG aspects where you have to level up your character, and Kiryu's no different. And I do enjoy that part as well.
Also, I always enjoy to grab something.
Yeah.
Carry something to the next one.
Yeah, Yajing, when she played through this, she would get kind of scared of the enemies. So she would always grab like a cone off the ground, like a street
anything I
cone,
can grab.
or a bicycle,
or just a wheel.
Yeah, just a wheel from a bicycle, whatever she could grab, she was grabbing it, and then kind of proceeding. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of really great fight sequences, and you can really see with this game in particular, just where the DNA that a lot of games in the Yakuza series and otherwise like Judgment come from. And this is a remake of Yakuza 1. Yakuza 1 definitely had its own. It was on PlayStation 2, so it needed a remake for PS4. And I'm happy that they did give it a remake treatment with Yakuza Kiwami. What about the sound design?
The sound design, it's good. The sound design definitely bring me to the fight mode, especially the music it's on. And the other one, when they are telling the story part, the music really helps and to bring me to the story.
Right, I agree. I will say just a quick disclaimer, we haven't mentioned it yet, but the entire game is voiced in Japanese. There are English subtitles, but yeah, just keep that in mind. It's totally worth it if you just read the subtitles, but you should know going in, this isn't a game that was localized with English voice actors. This is kind of Japanese voice actors. It's not like Judgment or the most recent Yakuza game.
I like to, that's the way I like it. Like we watch the Japanese movies, I always turn on the audio as Japanese.
Yeah.
That's how I like it, international. So.
Yeah, we have a whole Miyazaki collection I think you're talking about, and or other Japanese films too, but yeah, if they're dubbed in English, even like Korean films, any films, Thai films, always watch them in their original.
And
maybe
we read the subtitles.
Yeah, maybe you prefer, let us know in the comments if you prefer subtitles and the original language or English dubs. I'd be curious to know.
And there's another reason I like it, because when the actor and the actress, they release their emotion with their facial emotion a match.
Yeah.
Sometimes I watched with English audio, but for the foreign country movies, the emotion from the sound doesn't match the face.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think with that, we're ready to review the game. So, out of 5 stars, what would you rate Yakuza Kiwami?
4.6.
Oh, 4.6. Really good. You know, I would go ahead and give this game a 4.2.
Really?
Yeah, I know it's a little low.
Really?
But I'll tell you why. The Dragon Engine was really in its infancy in this game, and the Dragon Engine was used for a lot of the Yakuza games. So I will say, I think, for a PS4 remake, I think they could have used a little bit more care. But I really do like the game. You know, if
the little girl is crying right now.
Oh no, Haruka. But yeah, that equals in total a 4.4 out of 5 stars from us. And I'd love to hear what all of you think. What would you rate the game out of 5 stars? And yeah, did you like our opinions of the game itself?
Yeah, let us know. And also we are trying to do a little bit other different kinds of the videos. So please subscribe if you like. And we will see you next time.
Yeah, thanks so much for checking out the channel. And at the end of the week, we will have a brand new video up for you from South Korea. Yeah, until then, have a great day.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.